You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Pretty Little Liars After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Pretty Little Liars After Show.
Welcome back, Pretty Little Liar fans. We're here doing another recap of Pretty Little Liars, and this is Season 4, Episode 20, Free Fall. It was definitely a free fall, very, at the edge of your seat episode, almost, to the point where we screamed. I'm your host, Emma Kay, and joining me is...
Hi, everybody. I'm Francisco Thurston.
And I'm Sarah Giraud.
So let's get right into it. We open up the episode with Spencer sleeping in Ezra's classroom. I'm just wondering, how did she go from, the last episode where it was, everything was happening black and white in her head to getting to school and sleeping in the classroom? I was just kind of like thrown off by that and how they opened it up.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that?
Well, considering her drug problems, it's plausible that she could have sleepwalked or something like that, but I don't know. I feel like someone might have transported her there, or maybe she lied and she really knew she went there and was embarrassed because she fell asleep. I don't really know. What do you think?
It's a toss-up, honestly. Like, she could have slept walk, or, she was so hot. I don't know if she probably can get high and get, like, that high and don't know what happens, but I don't know. You don't really know, actually.
It was just so coincidental, how she's in there and then Ezra walks in and she's at his desk, aside from even like the student desk, she's at his desk, with the diary open and reading, and she's like taking notes. So, and the funny part is that she doesn't even remember how she ended up there.
Yeah.
So I thought that drugs were to keep you alert. Which is why she's taking it, so you would assume that she would know how she ended up there unless her drugs were switched.
I was just gonna say that.
So, maybe A got to her cabinet, just like, Emily's cabinet, switching out the drugs, and was able to replace it with sleeping pills or, something else to make her end up at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe she just finally gotten to that point where her body's shutting down and she has to sleep, so she ended up drooling in the journal instead.
She's so tired that she just collapsed.
And, Ezra approaches her and is talking to her about his concern that, she needs to stop doing what she's doing, and it can really hurt her. Did you guys think it was a double meaning to what he was saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
Or was he concerned about the drugs, or was it just telling her, watch what you're doing, don't come after me?
I think it was a cryptic message. He was saying what he meant, but really he was talking about the whole A situation.
Yeah, he always has cryptic messages, I feel like, when he's talking to the girls. He says, the path you're going down is dangerous.
Exactly.
He sees her in the classroom with the diary, and she puts it away in his desk in front of him, and he's like, the path you're going down is dangerous. It can mean a lot of things, but, Ezra, or whoever is, don't attack me, everybody. But yeah, I think his messages are always like, I know what you're doing.
I just don't think it was wise, or Spencer would have really went to school to work on something that confidential that they've obviously been trying to hide from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to me, it just felt like he was somehow someone wanted her to be there, so she would look bad in front of her friends. Ezra would be able to pull out the medical file and present it to Aria and make it seem like Spencer was, just not at the right state of mind.
Yeah.
And that she needed help. And how did he get his hands on the medical file that is confidential information that is not released to teachers?
Yeah.
Is pretty surprising to me.
That's what I was hoping Aria would point out when he handed her those files. I wish she would have said, like, how did you get this?
Why do you have this?
Yeah, why did you even think of... But I'm sure he would have given her some BS response, like, well, I was worried, so I took it upon myself to sneak and get those files. I don't know. He would have said something suave.
I think. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think we see that A is capable of whatever they want. So if A really wanted, or A's helpers really wanted Spencer to be in that position at that time when Ezra wanted her planted there, then I think it's completely possible.
Definitely. But what I'm loving more about this moment and about this scene is the fact that Hannah and Emily are more concerned about Spencer's fashion.
Oh my God.
That was my favorite part.
than, the problem at hand, which is her ending up in school, it looking like that. She has bags under her eyes and she
can't
even
See
remember.
those shoes? Come on.
Shower shoes. She looked a mess. We're used to Spencer being fashionable.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
And someone said, I think it was Hannah or Emily, I can't remember. They were like, did you have an accident?
Or are you going to have an accident?
Well, you can only expect that from Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With her and her big closet, she needs to have everything on point.
Yeah.
And, the girls are debating to tell Aria or not to tell her. So, this episode is all about hashtag Aria finds out.
Yeah.
But, beginning the episode, I would have never thought it was going to be in the way that it happened.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was just going to be left at the girls telling her about Ezra and just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really interesting. And for, any of you guys that are watching the episode or have watched it, you guys are more than welcome to call us in, give us your feedback. We want to know theories, any spoilers you guys have, or even just tweet us and comment, and we will comment you back. So it's definitely interesting to get point of views because we see all the details, but we also want to see what you guys see. So let us know what you think. So the whole time, the girls are ignoring Aria because they don't want to tell her what's going on. So, it's like a whole triangle, of mixed messages that's going on, and none of them are forthcoming about it, which is making Ezra look like he's the good guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why can't you guys freaking tell her you've been through worse?
Yeah. That was driving me nuts because if Aria was my friend, I would not be able to keep that from her for a second. And I would expect that my friends would tell me. If it was you guys, would you tell your friend?
I mean, I get where they're coming from. They said that, Aria's given up so much to be with Ezra. She's in love with him. And it's hard coming from a place as a friend. You want to tell your friend something, but like, what good is that going to do if they're not going to believe me?
Yeah.
I would have interrupted them the night before and just walked in like, oh, I didn't know you guys were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, they would have had to, Aria would have had to tell them instead of them pretending like they don't know about Ezra, which is stupid because obviously they see her and Aria is naive enough not to think that her friends are not catching on.
Yeah.
So everyone's holding secrets. Everyone has, their cliques for the moment, and then they go back to, realigning and reforming. So girls, stay on one page. That's all I have to ask.
That's why they're our Pretty Little Liars.
Well, I guess Allison did leave something behind, forming groups and keeping secrets. So
oh, yeah.
That's what the whole show is about. So, I want to ask you guys, do you guys think Spencer is a speed freak, as, Hannah puts it, and she's so concerned, and, so are the rest of the girls, and Aria shows him the medical file that Ezra has, and at that point, I can't believe no one pointed out or no one stopped to think that, okay, hold on a second, Spencer tells us about Ezra being A, and now she has a medical file that is, they're trying to make it seem like she's not stable. They just don't put two and two together.
Yeah, that was driving me nuts too because I feel like they're so narrow-minded that they're not looking at all the clues in front of them, which I guess if it's your friends and you're worried about your friend. You're more concerned about their health and safety, but come on, you guys. You've been dealing with all these problems this whole time.
I mean, I'm glad that they were forthcoming about it to confront Spencer because she does need to get off the meds. You know, we don't know if the week before the black and white was her hallucinating because of the drugs.
Yeah.
So at least this way, when the girls approached her about it, she is conscious that it is a problem and you know, Spencer needs to have a clear mind. Spencer cannot be operating on drugs. So she needs to give that up in order to really find the clues. And, you know, she needs her rest. She can't be working without getting any sleep. It could start messing with your mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like any drug, you know, mess with your mind. But we kind of find out that Spencer has that problem with her drugs. So, you know.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that A is encouraging it.
Yeah, by placing those, they find Ren's doctor slips, prescription forms in her purse when she accidentally spills it, and we see that A has planted those in her bag.
Yeah.
So
which
she's
now
probably
we
thinking
know,
like, score, here we go. I don't even have to call the doctor anymore.
Yeah.
Well, now we know that Mona has had a history with Ren.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense how it's all connecting, but then at the same time, I'm like, it can't be that obvious. You know, whatever we're thinking, whoever we think is involved, I just feel like it's so far off what it really is. But Ren, you know, I don't know if he's going to be coming back this season or we're going to be seeing more of him, but that was interesting how the prescription pad ended up in her bag.
We saw it at the end of one of those episodes. We saw the big stacks of those papers, so we knew A was going to do something with them. Now we know what happened with them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess Mona put it to good use seeing Ren. But what did you guys think about the girls arguing with Spencer when Spencer was telling them about, you know, she just confronted Aria and told her that it's Ezra is A, and, you know, she can't believe how they're not seeing the whole picture, how it's trying to make her look bad so that way they won't concentrate on A. I think she went about it the wrong way.
Definitely.
Because she was the subject of the conversation, so it did look like she was in denial. But what did you guys think about Emily and Hannah taking sides?
I felt like they were in a tough position, you know? Their best friend, they find out, is on drugs, so they obviously want to care for her and, like, be there for her. But they also know that Spencer's freaking out about A, but, like, is this the right time? They're like, no, we need to focus on the right thing right now. They say it to her. So they tried to, like, you know, deviate her from going that way, but Spencer freaks out. She's backed into a corner. What else to do than be like, Ezra's A?
Yeah, I agree completely. And I also think that as terrible as it was, the way she delivered that message, it needed to be delivered, so I'm happy that it's out. But I wish she would have acted more composed so that they wouldn't have thought, like, why is she being psycho?
I did think it was wrong of her to bring it up at that time because there was way too much going on already with the girls confronting her about the drugs. But when she did go to see Hannah and Emily and she gives this drugs and, you know, says, this is all I have, I'm not going to be using it anymore, and starts talking about A, they're still like, they have, you know, they're having second thoughts about it. And I'm thinking, well, just because she has a medical file now, or we think she has, you know, so-called medical file, which hasn't even been verified. Now you guys, you know, just throw out the whole conclusion that Ezra could be A. They just seem to be jumping from one place to another. They don't stick to what they believe in or what's, you know, innate and what they feel strongly about.
Yeah. I also feel like if you're in a situation like these girls have been in for so long, hasn't it gone through their heads that it could be Ezra? He's so woven into their little circle just because he's been with Aria, even though they didn't know he was with Aria until recently. I just feel like that would have been one of my suspects if I was one of those girls.
Then you could say the same about Caleb and
yeah, exactly.
Toby and Ren.
Yeah, so I don't know why they're so skeptical of her saying that when, I mean, yeah, she looks crazy, but I would take it into more consideration if I was one of them.
Well, I'm glad Spencer was able to take pictures of the book and the diary before it got lost, so at least now we know what was really in it and what it was replaced with. And I'm thinking, how did they replace the words without, you know, whiteout, without, you know,
eraser marks,
leaving
something.
a trace that the words were changed? Is it a completely new diary that was rewritten? And if it was, how did they get the handwriting to be the exact same? So I have so many questions to ask. But before we get there, let's move on to Mona and Mike.
Just the most awkward couple on TV for me.
Mike is in love.
He's in love.
He doesn't want to hear like. He wants to hear love from
Rhymes
Mona.
with glove,
Rhymes
you
with
guys.
glove. Corny.
But I'm really going to give Mike the benefit of the doubt and say that he's way smarter than what we're seeing on TV. So, Mike, don't prove me wrong. So I really think he's trying to help Aria in some way by getting back at Mona. I just don't think he would.
That would be
he
something.
would fall
That would be
in love
cool.
with Mona just out of the bloom like that. I mean, he obviously sees how much Aria struggled dealing with this whole situation.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting
That would be
plot
really
twist.
awesome, actually.
Getting close to
I
Mona
don't
just
know.
to go.
I hope the writers
Or
are
to get
listening.
to get information from her. I don't know, because she seems like she's truly falling for him as well. She's not in love with him, but she does like his company. And she is forthcoming about information, or maybe she'll be in the future.
Yeah, but that scene was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
So I don't know, or maybe they're just both using one another
They could be. I mean,
to get information.
Mona could probably just trying to be, could possibly also be in a situation, you know, she's in Aria's house. What better place to be than in one of the enemy's houses where everything of Aria's is up for grabs and can do anything there.
Keep your friends close and your
enemies
enemies.
But even
closer.
Ezra could do that,
Yeah.
you know, because he goes over.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if he has so much access as probably Mona does at that time.
I'm sure he'll find access the way he found access to Hannah's room.
Well, yeah, that's a lie. Yeah, Ezra probably has more access than anybody on the TV show.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we have a special visit from Ezra to, he interrupts their date while they're ordering steak to
That was
share.
kind of funny.
It seemed like, you know, it was, he was a parent and Mona was in trouble and he's
Yeah.
there to reprimand her or something, you know, telling her that he needs her more than, you know, he needs her now more than ever and you know, she can't back out. And I'm thinking, whoa, what do you have planned? What do you need her for? But, you know, I think all of us kind of put two and two together and figured out where she was and what he needed her for. So we'll get to that, guys, in a little bit.
We officially see that, you know, Mona did work for Ezra.
Exactly. That was a nice, comforting moment right there.
The next, you know, thing that I wanted to bring up is Emily is so skeptical about Ezra being A, but at the same time, I'm thinking, hello, did you not get stuck in a school where you were supposed to be doing an assignment or helping Ezra out,
yeah.
you know, in his classroom, and all of a sudden, you know, the lights go out and someone's trying to kill you, your dad saves you and has a heart attack. Hello.
Hello, you girls
That's
are
what
so
I'm
scatterbrained.
talking about.
Just forgive everyone except your friends. It seemed like, you know, that's what they're doing.
High school girls can be so airheaded sometimes.
And we finally have the parents back in their lives.
Right?
Seriously.
After much time being on vacation, the parents, or I should say one parent,
Spencer's
is
mom.
back. Spencer's mom is
I
back.
almost
So
didn't recognize her when she showed up. I was like, oh, hey, that's Spencer's mom. Oh.
I'm like thinking,
Nice to see ya.
what are they doing? Are they like plotting? Are they part of A's team? You know, they've been gone for so long that you almost wonder, do these kids just take care of themselves all alone? Why even have parents?
Seriously.
Have you heard of a career before?
Well, it seems like her and her husband are both out
A lot.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not even talking about Aria's parents.
Oh my God, we
like,
never.
what?
I don't know where they are.
Well, she's supposed to be on vacation. Did she
she
not
went-
go
she went out
on
of town.
vacation
Oh yeah,
with
her mom's out of
boyfriend?
the country. But where's her dad?
Her dad is
I
in
forget.
New York. She was, I believe, New York. She was visiting him
Ah.
like 2 episodes ago. She
Okay.
came back
Yeah.
where she told the girl she was visiting her dad. So I think he's working.
Okay.
How is that allowed? Like, I didn't think
Aria taking
you're
care of
allowed to
Mike.
leave like 16-year-olds or how old are they alone?
It's Rosewood.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
Just happens to be
Rosewood.
right next to Ravenswood, but that's all good.
Yeah, they better
We're-
not go to Ravenswood. 'cause-
We're not worried because, you know, we keep our windows and doors unlocked at Rosewood. So Aria decides to spill to Ezra that they confronted Spencer. How naive is she in telling him about that? And almost spills up to tell him, you know, that Spencer accused him of being A.
She's caught in two different worlds. She's in love with Ezra, but then she has all this Allison drama going on besides, you know, behind all that. So it's like she's getting all confused. She's like, what's going on?
Do you guys think love will conquer all these games and
No.
everything
After
that's
today?
going on?
Hell no, I hope not.
Not at least not with him. Go
So
back
who
to
believes in true love right now?
Maybe the bond of love and friendship with their friends will save them. I don't
Oh
know.
wow.
Yeah, something like that.
She just needs to go back to the hot guy at the gym and call it a day.
And be like, I'm so sorry for that. Now let's get back to where we were.
She just gives him like the perfect outlet for him to use information that he has, like, you know, he's holding his cards really close to his chest, and now, you know, after Aria tells him how they confronted Spencer, he says, oh no, we need to go and tell her parents.
Yeah.
If you don't, then I will. I'm like,
You don't want a teacher to tell their parents.
It is much worse when a teacher tells your parents that
Yeah.
you're struggling in school. Ugh, no one wants to hear
a
that.
teacher who's dating, you know, your daughter's friend is telling you that your daughter has a problem. I wonder how well that will
Dangerous
go.
times.
What do you guys think, though, when Spencer called the doctor's office like a million times and then they called her mom? Do you think it was the doctor's office calling her mom for real, or do you think it was Mona or somebody else?
I think it was the real
I
doctor's
think it was the
office.
doctor's
Doctor.
office.
See, it worked out then.
Because, you know, I'm sure the doctor's office knows her voice and knows her mom's, and obviously it is not the same.
Yeah.
So, you know, she doesn't want to leave her phone number, and she says she'll call back. So it's a pretty small town. I'm sure they all know one another and
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Well, I just think that by the way the conversation on the phone happened, they said the doctor really wants to see Spencer before, you know, they refill her prescription. So I think maybe the doctor is concerned that Spencer's getting all these refills on her medication. So I think maybe that's why they call, and that's how they found out, because the
Well,
doctor.
she's going into relapse, so
Yeah.
that, you know, is concerning. She's been in Radley. She's gone out. So I think they just want to make sure none of that is going to repeat.
That's a good
itself.
reason.
I think
Yes.
it worked out perfectly. No, none of the girls had to tell the parents, and Ezra didn't get involved. So it
Just happened.
yeah.
And Ezra also spills the beans in this episode after, you know, he should have never opened his mouth. I feel like karma is going to come back. I believe in karma. It's going to come back somehow, some way, you know, towards Ezra, because, you know, he's trying to do harm to Spencer, but then he spills up about finding out about Toby and the tattoo and the helmet.
She's like, how'd you know about that?
I felt so like creeped out at that point. Her face, she was just like, "Oh my god."
She knew what was up when he said that. She knew what was
Definitely.
up. I mean, Spencer just told her Ezra is A, and then he happens to mention something that nobody knew besides the girls, because Spencer told the girls. But how did he know that? She's like, okay, I need to find out if this is really real.
And I liked how they played the episode. You know, I give props to Marlene King for, you know, the writing and everything in this scene, because it would have been too boring if the girls told her and that's all that was.
Yeah.
But he spilled up and he, you know, forced Aria to dig deeper and to find out what's really going on.
I think that's what needed to happen. I think she would never believe the girls if they told her that. It would be crazy, but she needed to find out herself. So I think that, like you said, it was clever writing.
So all the...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think also that the fact that they told her, she wouldn't have been thinking in that mindset, and she wouldn't have noticed him saying that. So I think that was really good that they did spill the beans to her, even though it was inappropriately.
The bug was already planted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while the girls are plotting to get Ezra to go meet them at Ambrose Pavilion,
Little plan.
Aria,
can't talk.
you know, decides to take it upon herself to go to Ezra's lodge. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they used the security code to get in last time they were there.
No, I
think they used a key.
I think he put the security code on there so he can keep track of his place now. He can be directly after he found the girls in there that one time. He's like, none of this anymore. I'm gonna put a security thing on my cabin.
Yeah, which is funny because he was saying to Aria something about like, yeah, somebody went in the cabin the other day. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm gonna put a security code on the door.
Yeah.
So even that should be like, check.
Oh, he
What's
put a
going
security
on?
code
Why do you
on
need a security code in a cabin that, you know, okay, one
middle of the
person went in,
woods.
but
Is there
you don't
something
have
you're
anything
hiding?
valuable in there. So, you know, she tries different codes, and finally she finds the code, which is B26, and B26 is the poem that Ezra wrote for Aria after their first meet, and it was a song they were listening to at the bar, correct? When they met?
on the jukebox.
So now I'm thinking, okay, well, why would he use B26? Did he know Aria was going to go there, or does he really love her? Because...
Oh, that's a good
you know,
question.
I think he knew Aria was going to go there. He did know Aria was going to go there, I think.
It could honestly go either way, because I think he has this weird, like, love obsession with maybe Aria, and maybe that's what he had for Allie if he did kill or tried to kill Allie. Maybe he had this, like, deep love obsession with Allison, and now he has it with Aria, and he's just crazy like that. He just put a password because he's
That's a good point.
Now I have a hate-love relationship with Ezra myself. I'm like, I hate him for, what I think he's doing, but then, he's cute for, putting in B26, which is,
it's a big
the
moment,
first day that they met. So it's
or he's
pretty
just
significant.
super manipulative and evil.
Or
that
he's,
too.
Exactly. He's
Like-
able to change it right from his phone. He's tech savvy, so change the code. If he's following Aria and knows that she's going to the lodge, just put something that he thinks or he knows she'll use that's significant to her to, later be able to cover up and say, but I love you. I put our first date that we met, I put our poem,
I wanted you to be able to get in there.
I don't think he wanted her to find that, though. I don't think he wanted to get to that moment where she found that paper.
I
But
don't
then
think
why
so.
would he have put that password in? Because
I don't know if
she would he had to have known that she would have guessed that at some point. Or maybe, why would he pick a memory he had with her if he didn't want her to go snooping
Or maybe
around?
it's just significant for the viewers, from a writing perspective, to let us know that this has been his plot from the beginning. B26. If that's when they met, then his intentions were about Allie right from the beginning, and that it was never about love.
he kept track of everything. Weird moments.
Yeah, the only other thing I could say is that if he is good, which it's not looking so good, he never dreamed she would have gone over there, so he used a password that...
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so many things.
There's so many, exactly. There's so many things going on. Aria runs out of the house, when she finds, Ezra outside of the lodge. He gets a text that the door had been opened. And did it say the code that was used?
It said that it was the code was wrong, but then the code was entered correctly. So it kind of like told you both things. I don't know what it said.
So he
completely.
knows, obviously, anyone that would know the code would be Aria. So he walks in, sees her keys. She forgot her keys.
And she found that paper in the book.
Exactly. So while she's digging for answers, she finds the attic that, you know, is under the rug that he's been hiding, which, you know, he was smart enough to even...
It was emptied out.
Clean that out because
never
the first
go
time,
in a basement. God.
The first time she went there, I don't think it was cleaned out because he had to cover her with a rug to make sure she did not notice anything. So he cleaned that out. He had the notes about Allie in what was called the Carnivores Delight. Hello, does it, you know, have anything to do with the Ambrose Pavilion? You know, the connection there. So it's about Allie and how he, you know, was in love with her, but Allie was, you know, such a great liar that even if you kissed her, you didn't really know if she was in love with you. So she knows now. It's like, it's 100% she knows that Ezra was involved with Allie. So she's smart enough to take the papers with her and run out of the cabin, but leaves her keys behind.
Yeah.
Why? That's
you need your keys to get in your car and get away.
I think
she was in a hurry. I always forget my keys when I leave.
Girl,
my
not
house.
me. First things I grab. I ain't going anywhere without my car. If I'm trying to escape somebody, I'm not forgetting my keys.
Yeah.
I'm like still having a heart attack from that whole scene.
You know, she's running in the woods. He's chasing her.
It's dark all of a sudden.
Nerve-wracking.
It turned dark all of a sudden.
That was a little weird. Did somebody?
Where did the lights go?
Something else? Where's the continuity people?
Yeah.
Well, it happens here too. You know, after 5 p.m. when it's daylight,
Lights out.
it's like you just like the lights go out completely, and you're like, what happened? You know, the lights were just on like a minute ago.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if Aria actually, you know, thought about Ezra being A. I think she probably felt a little bit more betrayed that he actually knew Allison, and he lied about that. I think that's what she's so hooked on about.
Yeah, I wish if he was like a real genius, he would have told her from the beginning that he knew Allie and all of that happened, and then when we got to this point, he could have like totally played it all off, and she wouldn't have freaked out.
well, I was praying and hoping that she made it onto the ski lodge without him being there, and he just jumps in. We all scream.
Literally screamed.
Yeah.
Because I was just really hoping she would escape him. So while they're having a conversation, he tells her that he was writing a book about Allie, and he did know they were all friends, you know, which is why he came to teach at Rosewood. So I feel like he's partially telling the truth, but
he's covering it up with
at
his
the same
different
time,
story.
that was
covering
a great
it
cover-up.
So he didn't know Allie. We know that. We all know that he came to Rosewood and he met her while he was in college and thought that she was much older than what she really was. So they hit it off. But then after he found out that she was dead, he came back to Rosewood to find out what happened and write a story about it. And then just happened to fall in love with Aria.
Well, he took advantage of the situation when he met her because he knew who she was.
Regardless, we know he didn't love her from the beginning.
Yeah, he wanted to be a good reporter.
Exactly.
And apparently he has an aptitude for dating younger girls.
Creeper, I'm telling you, crazy obsession, crazy love obsession with young girls.
So, you know, the paper's getting knocked out of Aria's hands while she's trying to, she threatens him that she's going to read the whole story and find out what else he's hiding in there. And one thing I was impressed with, that she stood up to him. I thought she was just going to panic and have a nervous panic attack, but she stood up to him and she was fighting him.
Yeah.
So
props to Lucy Hale, by the way. That was really
scene.
intense. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna cry or not. Like, what's gonna happen?
That was a really good scene from Lucy, for sure.
So I'm really proud of that. Her Taekwondo skills, taught by Jake. Jake, please come back. I want you back.
Yeah, come back.
I'm team Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, great question. How many of you guys think she's gonna go back to Jake?
I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah, she's going to be messed up after that.
I think she will eventually. I don't know how many more seasons we have, but I want to say it would take a while because, dang, that girl's going to be screwed up now.
She's going to be, there's going to be something mentally wrong with her. I mean,
yeah, she needs the pills.
Yeah.
She'll need some kind of pill. I don't know. That's gonna be hard to recover from.
Yeah.
So while Aria's dealing with this, the girls are plotting at Ambrose Pavilion with the reptiles.
Ew.
Creepy snake.
Planning the money, and I guess the whole plot was supposed to be they plant the money. They were hoping Ezra is going to follow them, and they're going to, find him following them. But Spencer was going to wear a wig and be the one to take the money. So while they're trying to plot all of this, they leave the money, and someone out of nowhere with the wig comes and takes the money, and they're like, "Oh, Spencer's here."
Yeah, wait, what?
Like, what?
I'm like, can you guys coordinate better, please? Like, text each other. Okay, you're here. Okay, I'm gonna go drop off the money right now.
Right. These girls are clueless.
It's not hard to be a little bit more organized. Like, come on.
So how many of us think it was Mona?
Oh, I mean, it was clear. It was
Okay,
clear.
we have a
She's like,
unanimous
"Sorry, I'm
vote of
late."
3
Yeah.
that it was Mona. So she happens to come late to her date. She's, with Mike, and they were supposed to be watching a movie. So she's late, and I'm like trying to find like some clue of her, and from Ambrose Pavilion to see if she left anything like in her hair, a blonde streak or something.
Yeah, there was nothing.
I just thought of something. How come nobody's done hashtag Eminem because it's Mike and Mona?
Ooh.
Ew.
Oh,
I don't know. That was a little side note.
maybe you guys need to do that.
Yeah.
I know that when the janitor and they left that scene that there was a blonde wig resting on that thing, but I didn't really care to look and see if there was anything there, really. I just saw the blonde wig.
Yeah.
I didn't really see it. I think Hannah just noticed it when they were walking out, so whoever it was, took off the wig and disappeared just like a normal person into the crowd.
Do you think Mona dropped the money on purpose? Or did she actually drop the money?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out.
Or maybe someone else. I don't know.
But was it real money inside?
Or was it just coffee?
I don't know, but I don't think it was real money inside. We could be wrong. You guys let us know what you think.
I think that's why they freaked out. They tried to chase the girl. I don't know.
I'm confused.
Let's watch it again.
It was that thing of, it was the money, it was the coffee bag on the ground, but that's where the money last was.
The janitor picked
and
it up.
We know the girls are real dumb, so they probably brought the money to the reptile
And
place.
what if they were replaced with coffee? What if Mona took the money and dropped the coffee?
That could be. We don't know if it's money inside.
So, but the janitor, whoever the security guard was kind of creepy. I feel like he plays a part in some way. I don't know how, but he was creepy.
Yeah.
Well,
Was he messing with the lights?
if Ezra and Allison really did meet there often, maybe the janitor has a part in that as well. That could come into play.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on with them. I don't know. There's so many things.
We're going to find out that's Ezra's uncle or something.
Grandpa.
He's like, homie, me and Allison are gonna come here and do the thing. So get the place locked down.
Oh, so much going on.
But maybe Mona was there to save the day. Who said she was the one in the blonde wig? Maybe she scared the other person away.
I don't know. I hope she comes around. Or maybe she's the one using Ezra.
Yeah.
To try to help the girls out.
It could be.
I just feel like ultimately she wants to be part of the crowd.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be alone. She wants to be a part of the girls.
She says that when they meet. She's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he's like, you can't back out now. He's like, especially when I need help. But maybe she's sabotaging anything that, she's sent to do. Maybe that's why she dropped the money, or she could have replaced it with coffee. We don't know yet, but
I like the sound of that.
True. We have a lot of theories, but I don't think we're going to get to...
We have to keep watching.
Get close to any of them until the end of the season. Which we have a lot of spoilers coming up.
Yeah.
But you know, Aria comes home. She looks like she's seen a ghost. Doesn't even twitch to the fact that Mona's sitting on her couch. I would have thrown her out.
Especially after finding out that, you know, all of that. I've been like...
That'll be the day when they have a
just fight,
girl-on-girl fight on the show.
Yeah.
We had a lot of
Ratings will
intensity today.
go sky high. Sorry, I punched you.
You punched me.
You know, we have Aria dealing with that. Spencer's dealing with her mom, Toby, and the whole drug situation. I felt bad for Toby. He actually planned a nice dinner date.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That's why he was so sweet this entire episode. I was like, he's being so weird. What is he doing?
I was like, he just got money.
We were judging him.
I was like, why are you being so awkward? He's like, oh, I just want to give you a hug. I haven't
If
seen
you're
you
good,
forever.
I'll give you a massage. Like, ew.
Wait, okay, can we talk about what you said?
You guys, this is an ABC family show.
We can talk about that later.
I'm kidding. If they're able to show Toby in a bath, you know, towel, then we're okay to talk about it. So they gave us the outlet for it.
Right.
How many of you guys are over Toby and Spencer?
I just don't really like Toby that much.
Why is he not in school?
Yeah, what the hell?
I think he dropped out. I don't know. He got sick of everything he went through at school.
He was supposed to have a job.
He's like,
Yeah.
I just got all this money. I don't need to do
I think
this.
after everything that happened at the high school and he went to, you know, he went to jail, right? No. Yeah, he went to jail.
Yes.
And then everything, I
was
just don't think
released.
he went back
He was,
to.
I think they were in holding.
Maybe
Yeah.
he just needs a break and he wants to romance Spencer.
I
and
like the
be all
old
creepy.
Toby better, you know, the macho, the serious. And even though it's good to see him happy, you know, I have nothing against him and Spencer being happy. I just, you know, for his character, I feel like it
weird.
suited him better to have that seriousness.
I don't think
him.
Spencer deserves him right now. I think
You know,
he's...
Caleb is okay being mushy and gushy with
Yeah.
Hannah,
Oh, God.
but
I mean, he could be mushy and gushy with me anytime.
Oh, call her.
I still take Jake.
There's nobody...
Okay, at least we're not going to have a fight in here. That's good.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
Team Jake.
Team
Hashtag
Caleb.
Team Jake. So, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, what right does, you know, Spencer's mom have coming, you know, to her and reprimanding her about the drugs and how she doesn't, you know, she doesn't want to deal with her going back into the same place she was in Radley. And I'm like, well, maybe if you're around more often, you know, your daughter wouldn't
Yeah.
be
Your daughter wouldn't
going
be a
into
druggie.
doing drugs.
Yeah, and I think she approached that very horribly. If she's gonna go up to her and accuse her and tell her she's not gonna deal with this anymore, what is Spencer gonna do? She's just gonna be like, okay, fine, I'll leave and I'll keep doing drugs.
Clearly,
She's
it's a
like, we
sensitive...
can't cover up for you anymore.
Cover
Okay.
up
Okay, then
what?
I don't think Spencer wants to please you guys. That was pretty clear from the beginning. You know, she didn't care about not getting into Penn State, and she was just like, I'm not doing that. You know, I'll go down another route. And they're like, no, Melissa will give you a recommendation. She's like,
We
anything
have
coming
money,
from
you can have
Melissa,
whatever you want.
anything coming from Melissa, I don't think Spencer wants to have.
Parents are supposed to be your ride or dies, though. Like, they should want to help her out. I mean, clearly it's a sensitive situation for Spencer.
Unless, you know, they're also dealing
Plotting.
with problems, dealing with A that we don't know about.
I also didn't like how she reprimanded her about Toby. Like, okay, she gets it. She already
Yeah.
feels like crap. Come on.
Just rubbed it in her face again after Toby already told her, you know, I don't understand why you lied to me. And
Here's this necklace. I hope you like it.
her mom just was like, oh, yeah, well, boom, here it is again.
Well,
Yeah.
because she lied to him. She lied to her mom and said she was going to go have dinner with Toby. I think
And then she lied
the
to
reason.
Toby, said she was going to do it with her mom. And then
See, that was kind of dumb. She could have, like, told her mom, oh, yeah, I'm going to be with someone, and then tell Toby not that she's going to be with her mom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She
There's
could have
better
been
ways.
honest a little bit with Toby. Something's going on with the girls. We're going to look at something. He knows what's going
She
on about it
hasn't
all.
been telling him anything lately.
When I don't think he wants her to be dealing with the A situation. That's why I don't think she's saying anything to him.
Yeah.
Well,
Because we know Toby
Yes.
is really serious about that. He wants to help out, but she's like, just no.
Yeah, or I think he's just been way too concerned with his mom and finding out the truth that he's his mind has been off finding A. But then I don't know, because we see in her dream or in her premonition or whatever you want to call it that Toby is in some way aligned with Ezra, but then ends up being the good guy and saving them. So I don't know what she thinks of Toby, or even if she feels comfortable sharing information with Toby. So there could be different ways the story could go. But do you guys think Aria is for sure done with Ezra?
Oh, yes.
I do, like I said earlier. But then I always have that little ounce inside of the back of my brain that says, like, she's gonna somehow get tricked into liking him again.
Old
and
habits.
do you guys think it was Ezra collecting the papers at the end? If we think he's A.
Those are his papers.
Or was it Mona who he sent to clean up his mess?
Why would he need gloves to clean up, his papers?
They obviously don't want to reveal what kind of hands they are.
Yeah.
True.
Are they lady hands?
I feel stupid for asking that.
It's okay.
They're like, why is Ezra wearing pink nail polish? Like,
okay, so let's go into some news and gossip.
Yeah, there's
AfterBuzz TV News.
There's a lot.
There is.
I mean, Janelle Parrish, who plays Mona, said, she was live tweeting tonight, and she kind of gave a few things that she said on Twitter. She said that tonight's episode was one of her favorite episodes. She also reveals that she had a stunt double for her who was, played A in the black hoodie, and she didn't actually was in the black hoodie until she was revealed as A.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. And then she also says that a Mona and Allison flashback is going to be coming up soon.
Ooh.
So.
Can I just say it's really funny how even I've been doing this the whole entire time. Whenever I see somebody in a hoodie, I'm like, wait, who is that? Like, is that Mona? Could that be Hannah? Could that be? And now we just find out that it's stunt double. So I feel like
doubles.
Idiot.
Stunt doubles. And then, did you want to say the
No,
Marlene
go
King? We find out that from Marlene King that she says that someone will die this season. It was this back in June, right?
Yes, it was back in June 2013 on Wet Paint. But I'm surprised that we didn't catch that. We missed it. So she says someone will die at the end of season, or in season 4. I don't think we've seen anyone die yet.
Not yet.
We're wondering who it's going to be. We have some of our viewers and fans tweeting us that it will be Allison's mom.
Oof.
So, we'll see who it is. It's interesting that it's going to be one of the adults.
I hope it's maybe like the janitor that we met today, because I don't want any of the girls to die, to be honest.
I don't think we'll be losing any main characters because we need them. But I think the show could probably afford to lose some loose change.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, we can't forget to mention, even though this is Pretty Little Liars, Ravenswood is canceled.
Dunzo.
Yes.
That's so
sad. We don't know what happened there with the rating and the views, but I guess it's not a spinoff anymore.
Yeah.
So will Caleb be returning? I have no idea.
That's what I was telling her. I said to her earlier, the way that they probably could end Ravenswood is that Caleb comes back, gives the ending for Ravenswood, tells what happens, and then boom, there's Ravenswood's done.
So maybe they purposely sent Hannah over to Ravenswood because they knew it was going to be ending to tie it in together again.
Yeah.
Could be.
So
what a shame.
What about predictions?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Who's gonna go first?
I don't know.
You go first.
Well,
just don't scream.
Okay. I think just Aria's. I think Aria could probably go completely off the deep end. We see Spencer dealing with her drug addiction, and I think Aria's probably going to become a mad woman. Not nice.
Yeah, I think A's plan is working. She or he or whoever is turning the girls into psychopaths. Like, did you see in the preview for next week, Aria's like ripping apart the apartment?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it does say in for next episode that one of the girls is gonna be in trouble or something like that.
I feel like maybe A will send the police or something. I feel like Aria probably can get in trouble with the law.
Aria in jail? No.
I just have a feeling something's gonna happen where I don't know. Maybe Ezra will walk in on her doing that, and I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see. I've been contemplating this for a while, but I think I'm just gonna throw it out there, and if it's true, it's true. If it's not, oh well. You know, I'll come up with a new theory prediction next week. I think Ezra fell in love with Allie's twin, and it wasn't really Allie he fell in love with. So he's after the wrong Allison. So I feel like Allie's twin may have found out about Allie and came to town to mess up her life. For what reason? I don't know. I'm just making a prediction. So she's been the one, you know, causing all this chaos and all this trouble. So lying and saying, you know, she's older and just using her identity around town. So we'll see. That's my theory.
I like it.
Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Pretty Little Liars and being with us for another recap. I am your host, Emma Kay, and you guys can find me on gqjedi.com, also on Instagram and Twitter, Real Emma Kay. Where can I find you guys?
You guys can find me on Twitter at The Francisco, Instagram and Facebook, Francisco Thurston.
You can find me on Twitter at SarahGGG and on Instagram at Sarah Kate Giraud.
And don't forget to go on to AfterBuzzTV.com, go on to YouTube, iTunes, rate, comment, give us 5 stars, and don't forget to send us your tweets. Until next time, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.